For Allen Lazard, Ricardo, as he tries to log back in. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with virtual stuff, we're going to experience some blips here and there. So
that's true.
How's the chat going? There we go. He's back on.
He's back.
I hear him. So we'll get him back and logged in. There we go. I was just explaining, Alan, that with the virtual stuff, we are going to probably have some hiccups from time to time. That's just the way it's going to be. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So I see.
So back to my story.
Number 13.
Yeah. So back to my story. Showed up the first day, walking to Lambeau, all super geeked, everything. Walking past, see Aaron Rodgers' locker, see Devontae Adams, and I pull up to my locker, see Lazard, and in the locker, it was number 13. So that's my story.
That's it.
It was just given to me.
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13 was, and it's been lucky for me. So.
Yeah, we'll keep that good luck going. How about dog or cat?
Dog.
That's right.
Yes.
Definitely dog.
Favorite meal cooked by mom?
Ham balls.
Ham balls.
Like meatballs?
Yeah, but it's ham. It's Iowa tradition.
Oh, ham. Okay.
Yeah. There we go. We'll have to try sometime.
Old Midwestern meal.
Yeah, an Iowa type meal.
Okay.
Alan being an Iowa native, he's got that Midwestern nice, like we all do. Favorite color, Alan?
Red.
Red. Favorite school subject?
History.
Okay. What is your most unusual talent?
Probably card tricks.
Ooh, we're gonna have to. We might have to add that as a segment.
Oh, you just set yourself up now, Alan.
Yeah, I probably just did. I haven't done them in such a long time. There's a
few I back already.
You can do that David Blaine thing where he's doing tricks virtually and freaking everybody out.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah, like swallowing frogs and then coughing them back up. Your biggest pet peeve? Yeah, you can't do that, right?
My biggest pet peeve is when someone doesn't close the door all the way. When there's that little bit of, just finish it, please.
Yeah.
Just close the door. Like, all you have to do is, there's air seeping in now. It's getting too hot, getting too cold. I see the light. I can't sleep. Like, it's just that close.
I like the detail. Favorite? I know Lion King's your favorite movie. Who's your favorite Lion King character?
Probably, I feel like Simba's too easy, so I have to say Pumbaa.
Okay. Now here's a good one. Be careful with this one. Your father, Kevin, played defensive back at Iowa State, correct?
He did.
At his athletic peak, could he have covered you?
No.
Oh, that was quick.
Wow.
I wonder if Dad's watching tonight. How about this one?
I'm more than certain watching, and we've had this discussion before, so it's nothing new to him.
Okay. Hey, that's fine. Confidence. Now, how about this one? Your brother Anthony was a linebacker at Iowa State, correct?
He was.
At his athletic peak, could he have covered you? It would have been a mismatch.
No. He may be, if it was like, since he's a linebacker and run blocking, I could definitely see him trying to just run through my face to get to the ball. But as far as covering me, absolutely not.
Okay. You want a confident wide receiver.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Which do you enjoy more, Alan? Catching a touchdown pass or laying a key block that leads to a touchdown?
A key block for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the scoring the touchdowns, obviously, and those are fun. But it's even more fun when you can physically move another grown man out of the way of someone and then let your friend score. So I take a lot more pride in that for sure.
Yes, very good. Very good blocker, by the way, Allen Lazard. Any superstitions, Alan? And if so, what are they?
No, I try to be as least superstitious as possible. Like, I try to just go into every game, just relax, however I'm feeling that day. Sometimes my music will change pregame. Most of the time it's rap, hip hop, more up tempo. But sometimes, if I'm just in a different mood that week, I'm listening to more R&B, slower music, then maybe I'm just in a way more calm state and just kind of be able to prepare that way. So I think my biggest superstition is not to try to do the same thing every single time. Because then if I do if I don't do that, then I won't be able to achieve my goal, essentially.
Very good. So his biggest superstition is not being superstitious. Is basically what it is.
You just blew my mind, my man.
Very deep. How do you relax after a tough game or a big game?
Oh, come home, chill in my basement, watch the highlights. Usually have a nice little cold drink. But besides that, just relaxing, talking with family and friends, catching up. Usually trying to take my mind off the game more so. Decompress.
Every Clubhouse Live co-host has invited me and Ricardo to their house. So I think we should
Have they?
What's that?
Have they?
Yeah, that's right.
I might be a little bit of a white lie, but whatever.
Embellishing a bit.
A few more thing. Spicy or mild, Alan? What do you like better?
Mild, for sure. I'm not too big on spicy.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Got that sweet tooth. Are you neat or messy?
More neat than messy.
More
right
neat,
now,
but
messy.
a little dash of messy.
Yeah.
Alan,
I'm messy right now, the weekend and everything, but today, tomorrow, house will be looking organized.
Clean up a little bit on your day off. What's a bubbler?
A water fountain.
Yes, he knows it.
He answered that quick.
He knows it. I don't think that's an Iowa thing.
Well, I had no, it's a Wisconsin thing. I had all three of my roommates my freshman year, all from Wisconsin.
Oh,
really?
Okay.
So I learned what a bubbler was quick, actually, just from them.
We still don't know why it's called a bubbler,
I have
even though
no
it's a
idea
bubbler.
why that is.
Well, I think it's because they call the act of the water shooting out a bubble. So it'd be, and since the machine would be a bubbler.
I guess.
Listen how smart this guy is.
Boy, should it be called a spray?
That's how they kind of explained it to me, but
okay.
with a lot more accent.
We got one of our guys.
Kohler bubblers?
Kohler Bubblers, yeah. One of our guys holding up one of our producers.
Okay.
Couple more things. Now, I read you were a Celtics fan at one time, but Alan, have you changed your allegiance to the Milwaukee Bucks? And be careful with this answer.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's more so the fact that as a kid I grew up, being a huge Celtics fan. And now that I've gotten older and I have friends and I feel like I know a few more people that play in the NBA now, it's like I don't really want to have a favorite team, more so just kind of cheering for players. So, especially now being in Green Bay, I would definitely kind of put up the Bucks as my top team right now. But also I cheer for a lot of other teams as well. The Nuggets, Bucks, Celtics. But yeah.
Okay.
Big
All
NBA
good
guy.
teams. All good teams. But none of them. Only
I got a
one has
Giannis jersey. So
Yeah.
I'll wear a Giannis jersey on here sometime.
Yes,
All
there
right,
you
cool.
go. That will endear you even more to the fans. What does the
Giannis
hashtag What does the hashtag ATT stand for?
At the top.
At the top. That's he puts that on his tweets.
I like that. Okay.
Alan, just to let you a little bit know about myself, I will be stalking you quite a bit, so I'm going to be trying to dig deep, finding weird stuff about you. Two more things. Do you want us to kick Ricardo off the show?
Not yet.
Not yet.
He wants to
yet.
tease you a little bit.
I'll endear myself to him eventually. You'll see.
And last one, we ask every co-host this question. Very important to Clubhouse Live fans, but do you think you can get Aaron Rodgers as a guest this season?
Do I think that? I think anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Well, tell him that I asked that, so maybe he'll remember.
Aaron has been on the show twice.
It's 2020. Yeah. It's 2020, and I'm not counting anything out anymore. So.
Anything weird can happen.
Okay.
It has been 6 years since he's been on, so he's a little overdue. So I tell you what, Rosie, that's it for the personality quiz. I'm going to kick it over to Rosie if you have our first video question of the night. I believe it's from Mark Stelzil. Go ahead, Rosie.
Say, Alan, when the Packers schedule came out this year and you saw the Jacksonville Jaguars on week 10, is that a game that you circled for a breakout game?
Absolutely. I'm more so excited because I'm still really good friends with a couple of the players down there, And I really, like I said, I really enjoyed my time down there in Jacksonville and became very close. And working with the receiver coach, Keenan McCardell down there, I think really helped advance my game and really put me in the position to be where I am today. So it'll be nice to see those guys again. But definitely, every game I circle for a breakout game. So, but that one might end up had 2 circles.
Yeah, absolutely. Keenan McCardell, Ricardo, one of the great Jaguars of all
absolutely.
time. Yeah, fantastic.
Him and Jimmy,
Jimmy Smith, right?
Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way back when.
Yeah, I
Tom
saw a
Coughlin.
bunch of McCardell and Jimmy Smith highlights when I was there.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 great Jaguars back in the day. All right, let's take a quick timeout, Allen. You've gotten through your first segment past it with flying colors. We know a lot more about you. He's wiping the sweat off his brow. And after I do my stat pack, Ricardo, it looks like he's got some online questions. We got a nice online chat going as well. Tonight's stat pack, Allen, the Packers have owned the NFC North during Matt LaFleur's short tenure as head coach, going 7-0 so far in those games. Green Bay won all 6 meetings last season against its division rivals. During LaFleur's rookie year, Packers and Chiefs were the only teams last season to go 6-0 in their respective divisions. Green Bay entered this season as one of just 4 teams to go undefeated in division games twice since 2011. The Browns, Colts, and Chiefs are the others. So as they always say, the first step is owning the North, and that's something that the Bears have no idea what that's about.
Yeah.
So before we do our next segment with Allen, Ricardo, I'm going to kick it over to you. You've got some online chats going on?
I do, and we're
Questions?
from all over the place, and I can't keep track of this, Brett, and do all this stuff at once. I'm trying the best I can, but I was able to get a good question from our friends Kathy and Steve. They want to ask Allen, are you still involved with building the school in Kenya?
Oh yeah, so that was actually my ex-girlfriend. She was working for this company. She went out to Kenya last September, I believe, and we did some. I signed a bunch of balls for donations for the school out there. But no, I'm not currently involved with that again. But definitely would love to get involved with that in the future.
Excellent online question. You have anything else, Ricardo?
No, that's all I have for now.
Okay, great start to the chat. And again, anybody who's watching, log into the chat as Ricardo mentioned.
Well, actually,
earlier.
someone did ask if Allen had tried cheese curds.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
What was it?
Have you tried cheese curds? That's from Sheboygan, Ron.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love cheese curds.
Okay.
When I first came, when I first knew I was coming to Green Bay, I wanted to figure out where the best cheese curd spots were. I've been to this place called Al's Burgers
Yes.
down in Green Bay, or downtown Green Bay. And
okay.
right now, as far as, the local joints, I think that they're winning. For
I'm sure your nutritionist is just not
I haven't
too
been there in a
pleased.
while, so I haven't been there in a while. But that was last spring I was there, and I remember how good it was.
Yes, cheese
I need to
curds,
go back.
the number 1 snack in Wisconsin. Just had some the other day, actually, Ricardo. All right, let's talk Packers, Vikings, Allen. Let's talk a little football here. Boy, what a game. Well, what a start. But first, it's kind of the question of the season so far. How odd was it running out of that tunnel with no fans, right? You don't see the big skull chant where they're going back and forth, and you don't hear that stupid horn that's in Minneapolis.
Oh, that's so horrible.
I guess how odd, how weird was the atmosphere?
Yeah, it was very different for sure. Warming up, you usually kind of see the crowd starting to pile in, especially like pregame, and then you kind of just anticipate running out there. And when you hit the field, you expect to, see a full stadium, especially in that arena. So having that experience kind of, just triggers a little bit more adrenaline and gets you a little bit more prepared for the game. So running out there to silence, it almost felt like we were late, felt like we were late for the show. So it was kind of funny, but as we started to kind of get the drive going, especially that, a few plays into it, I think, we played obviously very comfortable yesterday, and not having a crowd, I think, allowed that to happen. So right now there's no complaints.
Yeah, 1-0, great start. Well, that's a great segue. So I'm sure you guys were confident going in, good week of practice, but did the offensive performance surpass even your expectations? I mean, you were 522 yards, got the stats right here, scored on 7 of your 9 true offensive drives or possessions. We won't count that last series because you were just running out the clock. had the ball for over 41 minutes, punted just once. Why did it all click against the Vikings?
I think it just goes back to, just feeding off of what we did last year. Kind of keeping that same mentality. We were able to run the ball very well, and I think that's where everything really starts at. We were able to get a good push up front and with our O-line, and I think that really opened up the perimeter for, obviously, us receivers, especially Devontae, to be free and make a lot of great plays.
It's kind of interesting, and Ricardo, maybe you can vouch for me too. By watching the Thursday night game and watching your game, obviously on Sunday, watching some of the other games, I thought the Week 1 action was actually pretty clean, that's remarkable when you consider that with the COVID-19 scrapping the off-season stuff and then no preseason games. Man, maybe you can make a case to eliminate some of that nonsense. Maybe cut down the preseason a little bit. What's your take on that, Alan?
As far as having the fans or not?
Or just even maybe you could scale back some of the off-season stuff and preseason, because
two at the most.
It didn't look like you guys really missed the certainly the preseason slate of 4 games because of how clean you guys played.
Yeah, I definitely think, it was obviously a lot easier on our bodies. Being able to have, somewhat like I think about 6-week period of some or so to get ready for the season, rather than, having that spring period, even us playing pretty heavy contact football, especially without pads, and, a little bit more inclined when you're hitting the ground, to be prone for injury. But I would think that, there's 2 ways to look at it. One, you're keeping a lot of your starters and your veterans on your team healthier, not practicing during the summer or spring, but at the same time, you're not being able to evaluate your young guys, especially the draft class that you bring in. So really, it's a double-edged sword, which I think will end up leaning obviously more towards bringing off-season training back still. But maybe how they structure it will be different, and allowing a lot more off time and downtime for the veterans of the team.
Could be interesting to see some of the things that come of just the COVID protocols, and maybe some stuff might stick. So, how did Matt? Let's backtrack. Let's do this instead. Let's describe how comfortable everybody seems to be in year 2 of Matt LaFleur's offense. It just, again, over 500 yards. You seem maybe is it fair to say that you're playing faster, not thinking as much, reacting a little bit more?
Absolutely. Last year, especially, the first game of the season, we don't really have a niche of who we are yet. We don't really have our identity. So the first half of the season really was kind of figuring out the plays that we run very well, ones that we're very comfortable with. Our get back on track plays, if we get in a pinch situation where we're backed up against the goal line or, second and long, whatever. And, I think this year, having that first year of experience within the offense, figuring out our identity and having that fluidity, obviously bringing a lot of the same guys back this year, and only adding more weapons, I think, allows us to play a lot more comfortable and fast, because we know what to expect. We've heard these calls before. We know how to run the play, what we're looking for, and everything. So I think, yesterday was a great showcase of what this offense can have this year.
Before I kick it over to Ricardo, because it looks like he's got another question from online, but I'm glad you mentioned identity, because that's always brought up, especially this time of year. What is the offensive identity? And I'm wondering, maybe you guys have discovered it already, in that how versatile you are with all the weapons that were on display yesterday. Obviously, Devontae, you, MVS, but then guys like Tyler Irvin, right? Or A.J. Dillon coming through looking like a bowling ball going through the line, or Josiah DeGuara with his block. Is he taking out 2 guys at a time on your run? So maybe it's just showcasing your ability as an offense to do a whole lot of different things, which makes you pretty dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you said, Josiah right now has one of my favorite rookie hats so far. Just to see the production that he's had was obviously tremendous, but just how he approaches every single day and that he cares about each other. So really pleased with what he's been doing. But yeah, AJ and Tyler as well, obviously adds just so much to our offense already, to be explosive, to be multifaceted, and really, not really so they can't get a beat on one player at a time. Yeah,
good stuff, Alan. Give you a little bit of a break from me. and go back to the online. What's going on,
Well,
Ricardo?
first off, we're getting a lot of questions, and they're all great. Can't have them all on the show.
Save them.
So I'm trying to pick and choose. There's one I thought that was kind of caught my eye, and it's from Mark Brandt. He says, Allen, you've caught a TD pass from one of the greats in the game right now. If you could go back in time, who is a quarterback you would have loved to catch a pass from? And Mark's like, bonus points if it's Elway.
My favorite pre-time or without playing with this quarterback, I would have to say Michael Vick.
Okay.
That's nice. Growing up, watching him, he was such an electric player. And the fact that I'm a lefty too, when I throw, so watching him growing up, it kind of gave me an image and hope for who I would want to be or model my game after being a quarterback. So I would have to say playing with Michael Vick would have been dope.
Yeah.
Very good. Good answer.
Absolutely.
Anything else, Ricardo?
I'll save some for next time.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. Well, let's keep the conversation going. So let's talk a little bit more about the offense, Allen. And you kind of alluded to this too, but I know you showed some new wrinkles, doing some different things with the formations, but I'm wondering, it's strange because 522 yards. What more is out there? I mean, how high is the ceiling for the offense? You guys got to be really excited, knowing that in theory, you should only get better as the season goes along.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, obviously we strive for perfection every single game, but the reality, it's if that was the case, we'd score on every play. But we always, push each other every single day, trying to get harder, trying to just fine tune our plays, our techniques, and how we're scheming up every single defense. And obviously we're going to have to be able to adjust week to week too. So obviously we're playing the Vikings this week, the Lions next week, so we're going to have to prepare differently, have a different game plan and make sure that we're ready to attack them and obviously have the same outcome as last week or yesterday.
By the way, some of the images that you're seeing of Allen and in the game taken from our own photojournalist, Dan Powers. He was in Minneapolis yesterday, Ricardo, one of the best in the business. Also, our producer over here, Bill Glasheen, excellent as well as many of the Packer games that he's covered. So we got two of the best in the business, Allen.
That's right, absolutely.
It's going to chronicle your 2020 season. There's some great shots of you and Davante Adams and just doing your thing against the purple enemy, the team that everybody, even Ricardo, hates, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm on board with you guys on that.
Hey, what's going on here, Allen? Can you see this? You're like stiff-arming. Is that Elton Jenkins there? What's going on there?
It is, because that was the drive where I had that was a 38-yard catch up the seam when I tripped. I got the turf monster. Turf monster had caught me. So Elgie in the huddle was making fun of me for it. So since I scored, I had to back.
Well, we'll talk about your score, but yeah, the reaction on your face was pretty priceless. But hey, it still led to a score, so it was a great catch and a good adjustment on the route. Speaking of catching passes, you, Davante, and MVS combined, Ricardo, listen to this, 22 catches from the three, 315 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Allen, you even added a 19-yard run. We talked about DeGuara on that block where he took out, I think he took out all 11 Vikings on that one block. It was incredible. Yeah. But what was the chatter like? I'm sure you guys heard the criticism after the Packers draft, right? Oh, they didn't take a wide receiver. They need more weapons. How did you react to that? And maybe was this a way to kind of quiet the critics?
Yeah. We never withered, We believed in ourselves this whole time and have pushed ourselves since day one. So, we don't necessarily worry about the outside noise. We just kind of focus on our room and pushing each other every single day. And obviously that doesn't happen without a great leader in our group, in our room. So Davante obviously has held himself to such a high standard and also brought us along with. And, just obviously having him out there, having such a veteran group too, to go out there and play with, obviously helps and makes it very easy to succeed.
And might I add, both MVS and Davante have been on our show, Brett?
Yes, absolutely. Allen was a guest of Aaron Jones last season, so we got him. You must have seen my script because you're really going through exactly kind of the topics I want to touch about. So I'm not sure who gave you a copy of my script. That's not fair. But let's talk about Davante now. He's the leader of your wide receiver room. 14 catch game, tied the franchise mark held by the legendary Don Hudson, Ricardo.
Right.
Incredible. Now, you've been around him now for a little while. Allen, what makes him one of the best to do it in the league?
What doesn't he do well, or excellent or elite? His releases, for one, just to start off with, I think he has the best releases in the game. He's truly turned an art of chasing someone, into a hobby. And the way he's able to stay away from someone is truly incredible. And just his work ethic every single day, kind of like how I hit earlier, he holds himself to a high standard, always finishing on his routes, pushing himself every single day. And so that's what carries over throughout the week. You're doing that 3-4 days a week, and it's easier to replicate that on Sundays.
What has he meant to your development? Obviously, you're picking things up from him. He's teaching you things. He's telling you things. You're observing. Just talk about his importance to you and your growth as a wide receiver.
Yeah, Devontae's extremely unselfish. So he's always helping me or, any other wideout in our group, trying to give them pointers here and there. This is what I would have done, or this is what you can do here. Or, maybe he's stealing something from someone else. But, he's just always kind of pushing himself every single day, very open, very honest. And the way that he just carries himself on and off the field, I think is just such a great example for us.
Great guy to have in that room. You think about the Packers, one of the game's best wide receivers, left tackles, quarterbacks, running backs. I mean, they kind of got everything covered right now, so it's no wonder why they got off to such a fast start. Let's keep going here before we get to our Clubhouse Live Challenge tonight, but let's talk about your touchdown grab, right? 4-yard catch, tough 4-yard catch early in the fourth quarter. I got the notes again right here. Gave you guys a 36-18 lead on kind of, I guess, a scramble play. First,
That's a great picture. Look at that.
Great picture by Dan Powers there. Excellent look as you're swatting away that cornerback. But first of all, Allen, how good did that spike with your left hand? I saw it. You kind of an emphatic spike because you mentioned that 38-yard or the turf monster tripped you up, but you got in the end zone and it had to feel good.
Yeah, it felt awesome. Obviously, like I said, not scoring the 2 plays before that, obviously I was kind of really down on myself and was going to be very, very upset if I didn't have scored the rest of the game. So it was very nice to be able to punch it in still and to get the 6 points.
Big 6 points, yeah. And then on that TD catch, you talk about a quarterback putting it in a spot, right? A tight spot. I mean, you're in a streak, hard to the sidelines. I guess what are you thinking as that ball's humming your way? The sideline's coming at you fast. You got a defender all over your back, and there's only one place he can put it. I mean, what are you thinking? What are you seeing? What are you processing? Are you saying, hurry, throw it?
Yeah, so the defender actually did a really good job of kind of playing the play, and he was up on my top shoulder when I was trying to get over the top. So I had to go underneath him to create getting in front of him. So it was, I can't even say it. So it was Aaron, me, and him to have the defender behind me. That way I knew I was going to be able to use my body and my size to defend away from him to make the catch. And then obviously Aaron just threw a dime per usual. And I just, run to the sideline. I'm thinking, to make sure I have both feet in bounds and obviously secure the catch to make sure, it doesn't get overturned.
A lot going on in that play, Ricardo. Like Allen said, you have to have both feet in bounds. He's tight against the sideline. You got a ball that even Rodgers admitted was coming pretty hot, and catching it along the sideline. Kind of using maybe some basketball moves to box. Who was it? Mike Hughes, the cornerback, too. Kind of box him out and shield him away from the play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just trying to use my body. Obviously, I'm a lot taller, a lot lengthier than him. So once I knew that I got in front of him, I was just waiting for Aaron to put it out there for me.
Good stuff. Ricardo, did you have something to say?
Oh, no, I don't. You can go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, speaking of Aaron Rodgers now, your quarterback, your Hall of Fame quarterback, he said about you after the game, quote, "He's a guy I trust." End
Ooh,
quote.
those are good words.
Big words from a guy whose trust is sometimes difficult to earn. So, Allen, what does that mean to you to hear that guy say that about you? Because, as I said, earning his trust is a process, and it can be a challenge. And maybe that was that touchdown play an example of the trust in you guys being in sync.
Yeah, I think that the touchdown definitely is just have him knowing of what I was going to do there, of how I was going to maneuver my body, and where to expect the ball for that. But I think the trust, obviously has been built over the past year and a half or so of just coming to work every single day. As much as I've watched him, I'm sure he's obviously seen me be very productive and how serious I take football and my job. So I think, just as much of a competitive person he is, he knows I have that same will and that same fight in me. And, when you have that sync, when you have that chemistry, that charisma, especially with 11 guys on the field, it creates something very beautiful. And I think you were able to see a lot of that on Sunday.
Very good. Couple more questions, and then we'll end this segment, go to our Clubhouse Live Challenge. But Devontae, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, said he noticed he had to look, kind of that look in his eye, a razor focus, a sharpness. Did you see that too? Were you expecting that type of performance right out of the chute from your quarterback?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have the utmost faith and trust in him. Obviously, I think he's the best quarterback in the league, especially for the throws that he makes, the situations of just the intelligence that he has of knowing what to expect from the defense, how to get us in the right play, and then be able to make the play. I think he's definitely up there as far as one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. But to be able to play with him, it's obviously very advanced and intricate offense. But when you get on the same page, it really makes for something special, and it's very hard to defend against as well. All
right, last one. As good as Sunday felt, right? How important is it to not get too high? And now it's almost in a kind of have to erase it, right? Move on to week 2. That's just life in the NFL. You feel good about it, but now it's time to get back to work, right?
Yeah, I believe you said there's the saying is 1 in the wagon, 15 lagging.
Yes.
So yeah, we're worried about the next 15 wins, but obviously focus on this next one versus the Lions more so. But I think that's just it's something I've kind of learned from football and how to approach life as well. Not to be worried about yesterday or what happened, even though you can't really ride the highs with the highs or the lows with the lows. Just keep even kill and keep pushing and fighting every single day, because the only thing that really matters is right now and what's present.
All right, good stuff. How about a virtual round of applause again so far for Allen Lazard? Ricardo, this is good stuff.
It is.
We got a great co-host this year. I'm so excited. And now you know what else I'm excited about?
What's that?
Our first Clubhouse Live challenge of the season. How about some Clubhouse Live challenge music, guys? Alan, we are going to play a game called Six Pack. Now, you're by yourself tonight, so when we do that, normally, as I trip on my words there, I'm hearing an echo right now. But normally, we would do physical challenges at the clubhouse, like Packer ping pong or wrapping people up in mummies during Halloween or whatever, that type of stuff. We'd mix in some trivia too, but so it's just because it's virtual, it'd be pretty tough to do a physical challenge virtually.
And by physical challenge, you really mean physical challenge like stacking cups.
Stacking cups, yes. We did one where we they showed us a blocking technique against you.
Oh yeah,
and shoved you out of the clubhouse. But we have to stick.
Do that.
Yes, you could do that.
Whoa,
yes.
Whoa. Well, I do got my insurance paid for, so.
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to see you in person, but maybe later on in the season things will kind of ease up a little bit. But anyway, the challenges this year, whether you have a guest or by yourself, are going to have to be trivia.
Yeah.
How well do you know, kind of the old standard. So this is called a game of a six-pack. So, Alan, this is a rapid-fire game in which you have 60 seconds to correctly answer 6 questions about a specific topic, okay? If you do so, you win the game and a very cool prize for tonight's contestant, which happens to be
cool prize.
Kathy Vandermeer. She got lucky enough to be picked today, and if Alan gets it done, if he successfully completes the six-pack, look at this. A Miller Lite Packers pennant is going her way.
Woo!
Now, here's
dozens
the thing.
of nickels were spent on the price of that.
Yes, our expense is big time right now. Alan, if you don't win this game, Kathy will have to scratch Ricardo's back.
Oh,
okay, that's a bad.
And I'm
bad
very
deal.
itchy.
That's a bad deal. If at any point, Alan, you're stuck on a question, you can pass, and we'll come back to it. Ricardo, you will keep track of the time on your iPhone, your smartphone.
I got it.
So again, the category, Alan, if you're ready for it, is a very easy one. We're going to ease you into the season. It is Sunday's Packers victory over the Vikings. 6 questions about Sunday's game, your victory over the Minnesota Vikings.
And I won't start until you ask the first question.
Exactly.
Okay,
I have to completely ask the first question before you start the clock.
I got my finger on the buttoner.
Now, Alan, any questions? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, question number 1. Who scored the Packers' first points of the 2020 season?
Mason Crosby.
Yes. Who scored the Packers' first touchdown of the 2020 season?
Devontae Adams.
Yes.
Wow.
Who tallied the Packers' first sack of the 2020 season? Hint, it led to a score.
Zadarius Smith.
Try again.
Kenny
Number
Clark.
23.
Oh, the safety. Jair.
Jair, yes. He got it right.
He got it right.
Question number 4. What is the name of the Vikings' home stadium?
U.S. Bank.
Yes. Number 5. Who are the Packers' 3 season-long captains this season?
Aaron Rodgers, Zadarius Smith, Mason Crosby.
Last one. Here we go. The Packers' number 87 helmet decal is in honor of this team and NFL legend. Who's number 87?
Oh.
Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Whoa!
he said Willie Davis.
And he got it
In
just in
58
time.
seconds.
Yes.
Allen Lazard, you did it. You got through the 6-pack tonight.
Just made
How
it.
about some championship music? Because Kathy,
Yo, you threw me off with the sack question because
the
you said
Jair.
touchdown. It was a safety. That's not a touchdown.
Yes, but that was a sack safety. Yep, sack of that Jair had of Kirk Cousins. So
But he did say it led to a score.
it led to a score. I was trying to be nice, but look at that. 58 seconds. There's that Packers pennant. Get it in the screen. Kathy, that is coming your way. If you haven't given me your address yet, please do so on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Alan, they will be a lot tougher questions going forward, okay?
Great.
Get ready. And speaking of getting ready, Rosie, it's your turn. We have our video question number 2. This time it's from our old friend, Tracy Santos. Go ahead, Rosie.
Hi, Alan. Player celebrations have been a big deal the past couple of years. Obviously a little different this year without fans in the stands in most stadiums. Can we expect any surprises this year, or are celebrations and obviously the Lambeau Leap out of the question?
Good question.
Whoa.
A great question. So we actually had this discussion on the bench yesterday on how like unenergetic the celebrations were because there's no fans, there's no crowd, so it's kind of hard to really kind of like super get into it. But handshakes, celebrations are definitely will be in the works this week for sure. So expect something different come Sunday.
Okay, we'll see. So no Lambeau Leaps, though. That's out, even with...
I'm a Lambeau Leap. I haven't Lambeau Leaped yet, so I feel like I need to go ahead and get, my first Lambeau Leap out of the way. If we're in Lambeau, I don't see why it's not like, it doesn't have the full feeling, but I'm going to get some practices in until we can get fans back.
Yeah, I mean, nothing has the full feeling, right? I mean, without fans, you're even feeling with a show without fans. But if you score a touchdown at Lambeau Field, nothing wrong with doing a Lambeau Leap, Ricardo.
No, are they going to have virtual fans in there, like the little cutouts or anything?
Oh, we could be on there.
Whoa, now there's an idea.
We could Mean Gene on the show or at Lambeau Field, yes. I don't know. Are they going to put cutouts there, Alan? Have you heard anything about that?
I don't know. They didn't have it when we were practicing in there during camp, so... it'll be interesting if they do.
Well, hopefully at some point they can kind of open it up. A couple stadiums already had some fans. I don't see why there's any problem with that. I mean, It's a big bowl. You should be able to be socially distant in there, and you're outdoors. So a few more questions. Oh, by the way, for our video questions, for having their... Do you want to say it, Ricardo? Yeah, go ahead.
For having their video questions selected, Mark and Tracy won a signed photo of Allen Lazard this week. So we'll ask you to submit video questions for our upcoming guests that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look for it on facebook.com/Clubhouse Live.
Yeah, and by the way, folks, Mark and Tracy, hold tight on those photos. We're hoping to mail those you out within the next couple of weeks. We got to get Alan to sign some photos to make it happen. So we'll figure that part out. All right, last segment here. We're almost done, Alan. Season debut. As you were talking about, no fans at Lambeau Field. So I'm wondering, How does that? How do you create energy? Because you guys feed off the fans at stadiums, right? Especially at home. Lambeau Field's a great home field advantage for you guys. So how are you going to kind of get that energy flowing as you get ready for the Lions?
Yeah, I think, a lot of it is just one, being a professional and being able to kind of, like I mentioned with Devontae, and the rest of our team, we practice hard during the week. So we try to reciprocate as much as we can on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of what we want to be doing on Sunday. So we're able to do that. It gets you to play at a faster pace, a more comfortable pace on Sunday. And, as far as bringing your own energy, bringing your own juice, just making plays, being out there talking, talking smack, having fun, hitting people. You just got to be able to come with it.
How did that the first hit of the season feel? I mean, you haven't really been popped since the NFC Championship game. So what did that feel like? Those first few times getting knocked around.
The first few times kind of stung a little bit, but kind of as the game was starting to go on, the adrenaline started building. It felt great to be able to kind of get those bats popping again.
Last one, I don't know, have you had much time to look ahead to the Lions? We always ask our co-host this question, kind of give us a little bit of a sneak peek. It's a familiar opponent, so you know the team, and you've had some good games against the Lions, obviously. It seems to be a team that you've excelled against. As I said, in Week 6 last year, a breakout game for you as you entered the game in the fourth quarter and helped lead the Packers to a big victory. But keys to going 2-0 and taking down the Lions at Lambeau.
I think the key to going 2-0 this week is just maintaining our same focus as we had these past 7 weeks of preparing and getting ready for this season. Obviously, it's another division game, so no matter who we're playing in our division, it's going to be a tough, hard-fought game. And obviously, going back to the last time that we played these guys, we weren't winning at all the entire game until the last second of the game. So we know we're going to be in a dogfight. They're obviously a very well-coached team that fights and plays hard all 4 quarters. So we got to still be able to come out there and just be able to build off of what we were doing yesterday and still improving and be able to, like I said, always striving to be perfective.
All right. How about, again, another virtual round of applause for Allen Lazard. Everybody out there, we need some sort of a fake crowd noise here, like they pump into the stadiums here. Yeah. Maybe a fake cheer or whatever.
Clap track like we're on Seinfeld.
Little atmosphere, yeah, like a laugh track. So, okay, we're about ready to wind down. Allen, this is our Up North segment is next. That's where Ricardo and I do pick Sunday's game against whoever you're playing. Again, this week it's the Detroit Lions at Lambeau Field. Ricardo, you go first. Who are you picking to win the big game?
Well, as you know, they're coming off a loss to the Bears. First place Bears, by the way. And by the way, Brett, did you see Walter and the coach there? Okay.
I see that.
I don't see any way the Packers don't win this game. The Lions, Patricia will be out as head coach within 4 weeks.
Wow.
He is making very poor decisions in terms of game management and things like that. Terrible. I admit Chicago should not have won that game. If he just called a regular game at the last quarter, they get out of there with the win. But,
So you picking?
Packers by a couple touchdowns.
Well, I tell you what, you got Walter Payton and Mike Ditka. I've got, put him on screen, the great Reggie White, Ricardo, and he's going to be looking at you and tormenting you.
His little paunch, Brett.
His little paunch, that is a realistic statue, so he'll be looking at you guys, bringing some more good karma. But, Allen, I'm going to put on the victory visor because I always do that. It was 13-3 last year. It's going to be 2-0 this year. Allen, I'm picking you guys to win. Don't let me down. 38-20. How about that?
A close one.
Green Bay going to romp the Lions at Lambeau. Simply put, Packers are better than the Lions. Yes. I don't think there's any question about that. I don't see any reason why Green Bay can't have another big day offensively. Aaron Rodgers stays hot, leads another balanced offensive attack. Matthew Stafford is good for a pick or two. And our guy, he's right there on the screen, Allen Lazard, is going to score another touchdown at Lambeau, and he's going to get that Lambeau lead. So the Packers open the season 2-0.
That's good because me and Rosie both have him on fantasy
We
teams.
don't care about your fantasy team, and neither does Allen. He doesn't care. By the way, speaking of things we should care about before we sign off, we need to come up with a Clubhouse Live nickname.
Oh, yeah, for Allen.
Now, let me run this down, Allen. I'll go through our co-hosts that we've had. Tom Crabtree, former tight end. He was on the 2010 Super Bowl team. He was the Puma. Then we had John Kuhn, the former fullback, the General. David Bakhtiari, a co-host. We called him Hollywood, and we would like you to reference him as Hollywood in the locker room this week and tell him we all say hello, because I know he loved that name so much. Then it was Ty Montgomery, Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
Josh Jones was the Hammer. Aaron Jones, self-dubbed Showtime.
Yep. Yes.
So with TYME. So I'm wondering, Alan, do we have a nickname for you, or do we need to come up with one for you?
I think we can go with Laz right here. You know,
Laz?
something I've kind of started
Oh, the lads are.
really embraced. Yeah, Laz, just Lazard, but just shortened, abbreviated, or not abbreviated, but just shortened down to LAZ. Either that, or I mean, I really embraced the whole lizard thing as well.
Yes.
So,
There we go.
I know how
That's it.
going off of the General and whatnot. So there we go. The Puma,
The lizard.
the lizard.
It's
The
interesting,
lizard.
and that leads to a segment that we're going to keep doing throughout the year. Is Alan every week has to show one cool thing from his house, because everybody wants to
Yeah.
see what's in his house. So we're going to do that.
That's perfect. I have a bunch of random stuff that I don't even know why I have here. So
Perfect.
I'll be excited to find something new every time.
We'll build that into the house or into the show. So anyway, let's wrap up, Ricardo. A few more things. Packers News app, right?
That's right. With exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team, that Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Brett, the app is available for iPhone and Android users only, but also Motorola now.
Okay, if you say so. And a very special thank you to our friend, Mayfield Sports Marketing, a leading Wisconsin sports marketing agency and speaker bureau. Alan, it's always tradition. Our co-host has the final word tonight. What do you have to say for all these great fans checking in tonight?
I just want to say thank you to you guys. Like I said, it's an honor. This is obviously very fun, very excited for the year. Not only for the football season, but obviously here as well, the Clubhouse Live. So keep tuning in. I can't wait to get this thing popping and spice it up a little bit more throughout the season. So keep tuning in. And like I said, go Pack Go.
Here we go. They always say go Pack Go. So for the Lizard, for Ricardo, and the rest of the Clubhouse Live crew, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday at 6:30 for another Clubhouse Live virtual edition as we look back at the Packers' big victory over the Detroit Lions with that guy. He's right in the middle, Green Bay Packers wide receiver, Allen, the Lizard, Lazard. Stay with us, Alan, as we sign off. Don't go away. But in the meantime, we need our virtual Mean Gene
Yes.
to take us away. Go for it, Mean Gene.
Yeah.
There he is.